Hello folks, this is Hidden Numismatist back at you again with another video on my channel. Today I would like to discuss with you the beautiful Draped Bust Quarter, and specifically 1807 Heraldic Eagle Reverse, struck at the Philadelphia Mint. And this is the year that has the highest mintage of the Draped Bust Quarters. We did two different reverses of this Draped Bust Quarter. We did first the Small Eagle Reverse in 1796 only for 1 year. And we are almost certain that it was designed by Gilbert Stuart and engraved by Robert Scot, both the obverse and reverse. But these are such early coins that we're not exactly certain that it was Gilbert Stuart. And then starting in 1804 through 1807, the end of the series, we did the Heraldic Eagle Reverse, which this lady represents here. The Heraldic Eagle Reverse. I prefer the Heraldic Eagle versus the Small Eagle. I don't know about you, but for me, this is a much more sentimental, much more patriotic, and represents our nation, the United States of America, way better than the Small Eagle, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. I'm just a private collector with my own opinion. And as you can see, this is a beautiful example of the 1807, and it was graded very fine by the dealer and I did have a lower grade 1807 in my collection. It was a VG that I had. Bought that for good money, and then I flipped it and made a little money, and then I bought the VF from the dealer, so I upgraded. I made a pretty damn good upgrade, if you ask me, and made money on this one, and then bought this one. I didn't pay anywhere near $1,200 for it, but it represents an example in numismatics where if you play your cards right and you know the coin well, it's a surefire win when you go to upgrade. It's a straight grade of very fine. We don't see any problems on this coin whatsoever. Beautiful, beautiful quarter. I love it. Let's talk about its specifics here, shall we? As I stated, in 1807, it has the highest mintage of 220,643. And the Draped Bust Quarter was minted from 1796 to 1807, and it was introduced following the discontinuation of the flowing hair quarter, which was the first quarter issued in 1796. The Draped Bust design was created by Robert Scot, or we're not certain if it was actually designed by Gilbert Stuart, but the engraver was Robert Scot. The obverse showcased a right-facing portrait of Lady Liberty. Her bust is draped in a flowing dress. The words Liberty and the year of minting appear around the edge. And when they say edge, they're talking about the obverse. They don't mean the edge of the coin. So that's a little bit misleading. There is no edge lettering on these Draped Bust Quarters. Everything, all the lettering and design is on the obverse and the reverse. Nothing is on the edge of the coin. In 1804, we had a slight modification done to the reverse. As I stated, we had the Small Eagle, which was replaced by the Heraldic Eagle. The Small Eagle was done for only 1 year in 1796. The Heraldic Eagle featured a larger eagle with a shield on its breast, grasping an olive branch and a bundle of arrows. The new reverse also included inscriptions E pluribus unum. Some quarters from 1804 to 1805 were struck with a fractionally smaller diameter. The Draped Bust Quarter holds significant historical importance in our nation's coinage as one of the earliest quarter dollars minted by the United States. It was produced during the formative years of the nation's coinage system and is considered a classic and desirable coin. The limited mintage and also the age of these coins contribute to their rarity and the value in numismatic circles. All of you that follow my channel closely are probably wondering, Hidden, why isn't this in your Dansco? Well, for some reason, this coin will not fit physically into the port. Now, Dansko did get the diameter correct. Okay, so it's not Dansko's fault. They're totally, totally innocent. But this one is just a little bit larger, and she won't comfortably or smoothly fit into the port, and I'm not going to force her into the Dansko. So I took a non-PVC flip, taped it shut, and it's going to be its home. Let's see what Ron Guth says about this beautiful quarter, in specific the 1807. It has the highest mintage of all the Draped Bust Quarter Dollars, but it's nowhere near the most common. In terms of the number of coins graded by PCGS, only the 1796 and 1804 quarters have lower populations. Fortunately, the collectors have saved a sufficient number of mint state examples, and we're now, PCGS CoinFacts Census states that they have plenty of 64 to 65 examples. Most examples of the 1807 show clash marks, sometimes evidence of multiple clashings, and weak strikes at the peripherals. It is doubtful if a fully struck example exists. Among the dealers that I know that have been Jedis in numismatics for a very, very long time, they've never seen a fully struck Draped Bust quarter. Let's talk about the coin in general. The obverse shows Lady Liberty draped bust facing right. 13 stars are around her. The lettering features Liberty and the year 1807. And both the obverse and reverse were designed by Robert Scot and designers Gilbert Stewart. We're almost certain that it was Gilbert Stewart. And the edges read it. It's also important to note that this is a good example of how, where you have to know the coin very, very well, right? I have one of my gray sheets out. This being a very fine at 1200. When you jump to XF, look how it jumps so quickly. All of these early quarters do that, right? So when you want to go to a fine to a very fine, you want to make sure that it is a fine, a very fine, what have you. And if you don't really know how to technically grade these early quarters and early coinage, it's just best just to get a straight grade from PCGS or NGC and be done with it. But I do agree that this is without a doubt a very fine. So, wanted to bring to you another beautiful coin. And also the beauty of these is Dansko, these doesn't even have ports for the Draped Bust coinage, because they're so sought after and so difficult to obtain. You don't see them on the market often. They're out there, you just don't see them. So, not to piss off the typical collector, Dansko doesn't include ports for the early quarters. So, anyway, my numismatic brothers and sisters, I thought you'd get a kick out of that, seeing a beautiful early coin from our nation. Any thoughts, questions, comments in the comment section below would be greatly appreciated. And let me know what you think, what your favorite design is. Do you like the small eagle over the heraldic? Like I said, I prefer the heraldic. I'll take that any day. But hey, if I can find a small eagle that I can upgrade to, I would do that without a doubt. So, well, you all have a beautiful day. Take care of each other. Be kind to each other. And I hope all of you had a wonderful and blessed Easter. And may God bless you all. I thank you for watching. Bye-bye.